This segment of Panther Sports Talk is brought to you by Lincoln Savings Bank. At home in Iowa, at work for you.
Welcome back to Panther Sports Talk. UNI suffered their first conference loss of the year at 25th ranked Indiana State. A 1-point ball game went down to the final play. Coach, just your thoughts on a heartbreaking loss that went right down to the wire for you.
Well, we just weren't consistent enough. We didn't start well, and we just didn't finish some plays in the red zone. So it was on ours, but Indiana State really played well.
4 field goals for Schmadke, and yeah, if one of those would have been a touchdown instead of a field goal, it's a different ball game.
Well, we had our chances. We were down in the red zone. We had the wind at our back, and we needed to capitalize that in the third quarter. And then when it was reversed in the fourth quarter, I thought we did a good job, and they made the one big play on the double pass. But we still had an opportunity to kick at the end.
All right, let's take a look. It seems like Indiana State, it's not the typical Indiana State. Just how have they changed, and why is this team deserving of that top 25 ranking?
Well, their skill position is very good, and their quarterback's very good. That was probably the difference in the game. Is the quarterback made some mistakes yesterday. We got an interception and a couple fumbles, but he made some plays in critical times.
14-0, Indiana State jumps out to that early lead. What did you see in that first quarter where things were working real well for the Sycamores and not so well for UNI?
Well, they had a good plan. They came out well. They caught us on our heels, and they were in no huddle. So the speed of the game picked up, and plus with a good plan, it really put us on our heels. But after we settled in and made an adjustment on the sideline, then we kind of took hold and the defense stepped up.
A big second quarter for the offense, and it seemed like second and third quarter UNI was really clicking and able to move the ball effectively.
Well, I thought the second and third quarter we played very well. We had the wind. I thought the wind became less of a factor as the game proceeded, but we did. We were moving the ball. We were getting turnovers. They were having a hard time crossing midfield, so we had momentum on our side.
UNI did put together a nice drive to get into field goal range. You had confidence in your field goal kicker, perfect on the year before this kick, but it did come up short.
Well, it was right at his range. A lot of factors were going into that. It was 4th and 12, I believe it was, and the stadium was protecting us from the wind a little bit, and it died. And I felt that, Michael means so much. I mean, this team means so much to him. This program means a lot to him, and he performed so well for us. I thought he deserved that opportunity to win the game for us.
Yeah, the kick does come up short. Panthers do fall again, 20-19, the final score. The UNI defense, with the exception of those quick 14-0 points given up to Indiana State, really looked strong, forcing 3 turnovers. And Indiana State, heading into this game, one of the leaders in the country in forcing turnovers. How important was that in this football game and moving forward, a defense not only that can make stops but can strip the ball, get the interceptions and everything else?
Well, that was big to swing the momentum back to our side. I mean, they had momentum. They were driving when we got the first fumble. The intercept was at midfield. And, those are big plays, and they create momentum, and then you want 7 points from those momentum turns and not just 3, because then it is a very demoralizing thing to the opponent. But when you get 3, that's positive. We need to get 7.
Ronell McNeil had a big day, and he seems to be emerging as a big defensive end for you.
Ronell's a good pass rusher, and we're doing some different things with him, and when he's in his zone, he's very good. And again, I look at the whole defense, consistency in our defense. We have the tools. We just got to be more disciplined within what we do day in and day out. And the same way is holds true for offense. We have the capability of getting, moving the football. We have to have the consistency to move it into the end zone.
Coming up later on in the show, we feature Max Busher, and he's a student athlete who's really battled through some injuries and has deserved everything that's coming his way.
He does. Max has worked hard. Max is a true Panther and loyal and just tough. The best way to describe him is toughness. He's got extreme toughness.
Moving forward next week on the road again, it doesn't get any easier. And just looking at the conference scoreboard, it's going to be every Saturday upsets and a lot of craziness going on in the Missouri Valley Football Conference.
There will be, and that's why the consistency word is so important. The discipline word is so important. I mean, you're going to have to play well at home, on the road, and this will be a battle till the end.
Panther fans that are not in South Dakota to watch the game can watch it here on inside the Unidome on the Jumbotron. Cedar Falls Utilities hosting a watch party, food, drinks, the whole thing. And I know coming up later in the show we have a feature on the new Jumbotron. That's fun to have for the fan experience to have something like that inside the dome here.
I think it's an event now. The fan experience is what this is about. That's why, The scoreboard is unbelievable right now. It brings it can bring a lot of energy to the Dome. But when you look at what's out there, you need every advantage that you can create when you're at home.
All right, finally, Coach Keys, for this week as you prepare for another tough road contest in the Missouri Valley Football Conference.
We just have to get back. We just have to get back to the mindset of putting this behind us and moving forward. We have to have a steady progression. We have to have the consistency of playing at a high level and the discipline of staying within our scheme throughout a game.
All right, thanks, Coach. Best of luck against South Dakota. Back with more Panther Sports Talk right after this.